Oh, what is the upskis, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the GXGamerCast. We're on episode 177 of my little gaming show where once a week I just have to talk about video games, whether they're new video games that I'm playing today, old video games that I grew up with, it doesn't matter, video games. And today we are doing my 2025 wrapped up video game edition where I'm going to go through all the games that I played this year. Kind of more focused on the games that kind of slipped through the cracks this year that I didn't get to talk about a lot or didn't have an episode or whatever. We're going to skip over, the big games that I mostly discussed throughout the X's. So when I get to one of those games, we'll just kind of go over it really quickly. But I just want to go through the stats, how many games I played for each system, how many were new, how many were old, yada yada. So we're going to go through some stats, talk about a whole buttload of video games because I played a buttload of video games this year. But before we get into that talk, let us discuss what I've been up to over the last week or so. As I always encourage you, the viewer, the listener, let me know what y'all have been playing. Like the homie Jesse, he's been playing a lot of Arc Raiders with me. And the homie Kyle has been playing a lot of Grand Theft Auto 5 lately, getting back into the Grand Theft Auto train, which is interesting. I have debated re-downloading Grand Theft Auto just because, from what I understand, the stats from Grand Theft Auto 5 are going to go over into Grand Theft Auto 6, and I am so far behind, I don't know if I should bother to get back into Grand Theft Auto 5, so then I have, kind of a little bit of a head start when Grand Theft Auto 6 comes out, or just scrap the whole thing. Just say goodbye to Grand Theft Auto 5. It never really gelled with me anyway. And just kind of start afresh, anew with Grand Theft Auto 6. Don't really know what I want to do. Kind of more leaning towards the side of just kind of start fresh with Grand Theft Auto 6. And, just let the homies kind of carry me. Because they got all the stats. They got mansions. They got millions of dollars. They got all the cars. They got all the guns. Me, I've played an hour of, Grand Theft Auto 5 on the newest systems. So I played a bunch back in the day, but it's just too far gone for me. But regardless, that's what the homies have been playing lately. And in terms of myself, no new movies this week. I haven't watched a movie. This is a great time of the year, though, for me to get in the movie season, because this is when everyone's releasing their best ofs, their worst of, their most surprising, their most disappointing videos for the year. So I'm getting loaded up on movies that I would like to check out. I'm just kind of waiting. There's a lot of the movies I want to watch are just really long, man. There's that one with Leonardo DiCaprio that's supposed to be amazing, but it's fucking 700 hours long. I'm like, bruh. I can't, I don't know, man. I have a hard time watching movies that are that freaking long, but apparently it's worth the watch, so I don't know. I'll have to buckle down and watch some movies at some point here. It's a great time of the year when it's snowy and cold. I don't want to go outside. I freaking hate the winter. As a Canadian, hate the winter. I hate it. I hate snow. I hate ice. I hate freaking shoveling the snow every friggin' day, and I'm literally waiting right now for it to snow. It's 12 hours late. The snow was supposed to start hours and hours ago, and I'm sitting here waiting for it, and it's not coming, and I'm like, okay, well, hurry the fuck up before I gotta go to work so I can deal with it instead of having to deal with it after work. Regardless, question to y'all, do you like the winter time? Are you winter people? I know there's winter people out there. I have a guy at work who's a winter guy, he's got his snowmobiles and all of his winter toys, and he loves the snow, and I just curse him because I'm like, damn, he gets excited every time it snows, and I get angry every time it snows because I gotta shovel all that shit, and as a homeowner, I gotta do it all myself. It's heavy, and it's wet, and I don't like it. Ugh. But do you like winter? Let me know. Do you like wintertime? In terms of viewing, all I've watched is a little bit of Mayor of Kingstown, though I think I'm going to put that show away. I gave my wife the green light to go ahead. You can watch the show without me if you're really craving it. She seems to be really into it, so I was like, you can go ahead. It's not clicking with me. I'm in the fucking season 3 here, and it's just not really doing a lot for me. There's some parts I'm like, this is kind of cool, but other than that, it's just kind of a very, to me, another cop show. It's just another cop show to throw on the pile of cop shows. They're all the freaking same to me, so drugs are bad, and corruption's bad, and cops drink a lot. That's apparently just a cliche that they just all have to drink a lot. Is there a sober cop in the world out there? I really don't know, but regardless, Mayor of Kingstown, it's not a bad show. It's not revolutionary in my eyes. Like, it's not really grabbing me in any way, but the acting is really good. Like I said, like the characters and everyone's playing their role really well. I really am not engaged with any of the characters outside of Bunny and like the main dude, Jeremy Reiner's character. I don't even know the name of the characters. Like I really haven't been all that invested in Mayor of Kingstown. So if you want to watch it, get ahead. It's on Paramount. I believe it's on Paramount Plus. So go ahead, check it out. I've been too busy with video games. I am still very addicted to Arc Raiders. At this point, it looks like Arc Raiders is my main squeeze right now. I really can't get enough of Arc Raiders. Playing the shit out of it, getting ready for a couple of episodes featuring Arc Raiders here on the podcast. I want to do a review for Arc Raiders, and then I want to do a versus Helldivers 2 versus Arc Raiders and see which, if you had to choose one, which one do I recommend? So that's what I'm going to go for. Personally, I recommend them both, but we're going to do a versus out of it, and I'm going to force myself to pick one. It's like choosing which one's your favorite child. So it's going to be difficult, but in terms of Arc Raiders, having a ton of fun, man. We're just crushing missions, me and Jesse. I took down my first, what do you call him? One of the big dudes, one of the big armored walking dudes. I took out one of them. Really didn't do a lot. All I did was threw one grenade at it. A bunch of people were fighting it, and I threw the kill shot grenade at it. I think it was a breacher, a breeder, or something. I don't know what the fuck they're called. I'm really bad, man. I got to work on my memory and shit and start focusing in on stuff because this is getting ridiculous. Regardless, taking down a big enemy in Arc Raiders was a first for me. So now I'm at the point where I got my weapon benches upgraded to level 2. We're working on level 3 stuff now, and now it's like, yo, you got to start fighting the bigger enemies. You're going to have to start making some risky decisions here, because we've been playing it kind of safe. You know, we go in there, we got our respectable loadouts, we go do a mission or two, collect a bunch of goodies, and come back and be safe. And overall, it has been getting, like, as we've been leveling up, other raiders have been targeting us a little bit more. I had one horrible situation where we were at the evac zone. We're waiting for the train to come, and we get in the train. The second the doors open for the train, the guy shoots us, and we lose everything. I was like, dude, like right at the end, like that's what I was worried about the most with this game when I was initially asking a bunch of questions for people at work. I'm like, hey, does this happen a lot? Does this happen a lot? And what I was worried about was people camping the evac zones and just being dicks and killing you right when you're at the end. You're ready to go home. You got a full bag, and they take you down. Now, they all died too, so everybody just ended up losing everything. So it was a big old fucking waste of time, and it was very disappointing. But thankfully, in Arc Raiders, you have a safe pocket. You could put an item or 2 or 3 in your safe pocket, and no matter what, those items will be safe, even if you go down. So that was good. I had my main thing in there, but I had a couple of those situations where, you know, me, I play very conservatively. I put the guns away. I say don't shoot. I say friendly, like usually 9 times out of 10. I'm not looking for a fight. I haven't gotten to that point yet where I need to fight people. There is a trophy. I am kind of trophy hunting for this game where you do have to take out 10 raiders. So I've only taken out 1. So I've been a pretty good boy in terms of my arc rating. I've been playing it pretty cool. A lot of cool people out there. Still mostly cool people out there. Like, I had one guy, he helped us take out a big monster, arc, and he was like, go ahead, like, have all the salvage. I'm good. Like, you guys go for it. And, like, very friendly. So I was really cool. There was a part where we were all in the hospital. There's like 7 or 8 of us in the hospital all at the same time. We're all just commingling, being cool. Like, all right, everything's fine. We had a really interesting situation. I was playing a trio with Jesse and a buddy of mine from work, and we had this kind of sketchy situation we rolled up to. Like, one guy was like, yeah, yo, it's all good, come over here. And he was being cool, but he had 2 buddies with him that were being sketchy and not saying anything. They had their weapons out, and we're like, what the fuck? Next thing you know, I'm getting shot in the back. My homies come rolling up. They're like, what's going on? I'm like, yo, these jabronis are jabronis right here. They're shooting me. And they're like, no, we didn't do that. And then my one homie, he came up and just shot everybody. He's like, no nonsense, not fucking around. And he just shot everybody. He was like, what happened? And I was like, yo, this fucking guy right here shot me in the back. And it was just craziness. So you get a lot of, like, really fun just eventful moments. It is like more, obviously it's more exciting when other raiders are coming after you and you're in a fight with another person. It's definitely more electrifying than it is fighting Ark and stuff like that. So it's definitely not a bad aspect of the game. It was just very unfortunate that, we're all just chilling at the frickin' evac spot. Everything was cool. We're waiting, and then at the last second, they decide they're just going to shoot us and make everybody lose all their stuff. That was not cool. Not a cool moment, but other than that, I'm still having a blast playing Ark Raiders, and I'm still playing Helldivers 2. Tried to play it solo, like none of the homies were online. I got home from work a little bit early, so I'm like, what can I do? I can kill an hour. Let's try some Helldivers. So I did some Helldiving. One was solo where no one joined me. I got immediately eviscerated. So that was a no-go. Can't play Helldivers by yourself, but I joined in with another group and we were doing some missions. Not as fun. It's definitely more fun when you have a group of people and you're chatting, you're having a good time, but going through Helldiving is still a good time. I'm getting closer to that level 25 that I've been pushing for level 25, because that's when you unlock the big stuff. You get the vehicles, you get mechs, and I'm like, oh fuck yeah. So that's what I want to start getting into. Very close, and hopefully we can keep Helldiving. I feel like, Kyle's been playing a little bit more Grand Theft Auto. I've been playing a little bit more Ark. Helldiver's been kind of put on the back burner a little bit here. I am most certainly not done with it. I will continue Helldiving, whether I'm alone or not. I will continue to Helldive. But other than that, I've been playing Skate Story. Skate Story, very charming little indie game right here. I think I'm going to do like a little mini indie episode where I talk about a couple of indie games, because there's another indie game I'm going to play. It's only like 2 hours long. There's actually two that I have that are only about 2 hours long. So they're very short and sweet. So hopefully I can kind of squeeze like 2 or 3 reviews into one episode, and we'll do like a little mini indies. I'll steal it from the Optional Boss podcast. They call it the Mindies, the mini indies episode. I want to do an episode like that for myself, where I can just discuss a few indie games that I've been playing recently. So those ones are going to be Skate Story, Despalote, and Thank Goodness You're Here. So those are 3 indie games that I've been meaning to check out here. So I'm playing Skate Story. Very enjoyable. If you like skate, you like Tony Hawk, you'll probably have a good time with this game. It's not exactly like a Tony Hawk game. Like, the controls are a little bit different, and it's going to take a little bit to get used to them. Like, I still find myself using the analog stick from Skate. I'm used to playing Skate, so I'm used to using the analog stick to do my tricks and do all that, and that's not how it goes in Skate Story. You're using the face buttons, you're using your triggers more to do tricks, and yeah, you really only use your analog stick to move around, of course, and to move your camera. So no actual skateboarding with the analog stick, which took me a little bit to get used to. The story is quirky. You're a glass demon in hell that made a contract with the devil. You're trying to get out of that contract now, and you got to do a bunch of wacky shit, like doing the devil's laundry. You're fucking running away from cops. It's a good time, man. I'll talk about it in an episode more in detail, but I've been playing Skate Story, and I made another purchase. This is the fun thing. Like, this is the kind of game, like, this is what I do, baby. I buy games all throughout the year. Whenever I see a good deal, that I cannot refuse, I buy up the game, and I could not refuse this deal. I purchased. I'm so happy. This is the first time I've seen it on sale, and it was an amazing sale. 70% off on Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth. I got it for like $29 plus taxes. I'm so happy. I want to play this game immediately. This has been like top 5 most wanted to play game since I played Like a Dragon. What's that one called? The first one, Like a Dragon, Yakuza, Like a Dragon. Doesn't matter. The first one that I played with Ichiban and all the homies. Oh my goodness, love that game. So I am dying to get into Infinite Wealth. I'm trying to debate when is a good time to get into it. I mean, I'm always ready for Yakuza and Like a Dragon, man. Oh man, I'm craving it. So it's gonna be soon. It's definitely gonna be soon, and I know it's going to be a big game. We're talking like probably 100 hours. I'm gonna put it in for about 100 hours. I looked at how long to beat. It's like 90 hours with all the side objectives and like over 100 for completionists and shit like that. Probably not going to do a completionist, but I can feel myself. I do pretty much everything in these games. I like to fully indulge when I get into a Yakuza game. I do all the side missions. I do all the side activities. I get into all the mini games. It is so much freaking fun, and I just can't wait to get back with Ichiban, man. That's one of my favorite characters of all time right now. Like, I absolutely love that guy. So happy I bought it. It's downloaded. It's ready to go. I'll probably get into it after I do my little indie kick that I'm on right now, playing some indie games, get through a handful of those, get some small bite-sized games under my belt, and then I'll take down the big kahuna, the big 100-hour RPG. And outside of that, I also downloaded Planet Coaster 2 because I absolutely adored Planet Coaster. I remember playing the shit out of it. I was sick, and I took the week off of work, and I was just so sick. But all I played was Planet Coaster. I played that game I would sit there for like 8 hours straight, just sick as a dog, just fucking building roller coasters and having a blast. That's still one of my, that's not gonna say it's an all-time, it's one of the better gaming memories that I've had in recent memory, was just playing the shit out of Planet Coaster and grinding out those epic coasters and shit like that. So much fun. And there we go, everybody. So let me know if you picked up any new games recently, what games are you playing, all that stuff. What kind of games do you like to dive into in the wintertime? Do you play a lot of games in the wintertime, or do you just, I don't know, I like to hunker down in the wintertime. It's too cold, so I hunker down. I like to get into a big game. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I think Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth is in my near future, because it's getting colder and it's getting darker all the time, so I need something to uplift me, and I think Like a Dragon is going to be that game for me. But let me know, what games do you play in the wintertime? Do you play games? Do you do winter activities? Let me know. I do like skating. I like skating. I just haven't done it in a very long time, and I'm a little scared now. I feel like Bambi on the ice a little bit. Regardless, let me know what y'all have been up to, and let's get into it. Let's do my 2025 video games wrapped up. We're doing this thing. Oh, buddy, this is exciting. So, just so you know, I track every game that I play each year. For the last, I think 4 years, I've been tracking every game that I play, make a list on my phone, separate it into Sony, Microsoft, and Nintendo, and separate the list, and then I'll put down all the games that I play in order that I played them. I score every game that I play, so I know what my feelings were with every game that I play, and I highly recommend you do this. If you're a gamer, you play a lot of games, track your list. Make a little wrapped list for yourself. Keep track of all the games that you play. Give them a little score when you're done with them, and just hold on to those memories so that they don't slip through the cracks. Like I said, I play a lot of video games. Let's see, how many video games did I play this year? I got the list. They got the numbers. So 65 total video games played this year. 57 of them new, and 8 of them were replays. And in terms of did not finish, I believe only 2 games I did not actually finish this year. So 55 of the 57 new games that I played, I finished in its completion. Didn't do a completionist situation. I rolled credits. That is my thing. When I start a game, I finish it. There's only certain circumstances. We'll talk about the games that I did not finish and why I didn't finish them. But when I start a game, I am dedicated to finish that game. It's just what I do. I don't know. I like to see it through to the end. There's not a lot of games that I play that I'm like, you know what? I'm done here. When I do that, it's on a replay. When I replay the game and I get to, you know how it is when you replay a game. There's always that one part in the game that you're like, didn't really love that part. And then you get to that part and you're like, I don't really want to do this. And then you stop. So I don't know. That's how it is with that. All right. So let's just fucking get into it. Like I said, we have 65 games we're going to be talking about, some longer than others, so let's just get into this. We're going to start with Sony. In terms of Sony, I played 30 titles, 28 of them new, 2 were replays. So Sony has always been my gaming machine. That's where I buy most of my games. That's where I'm going to be playing most of my games. It's my most powerful system that I own. So if I have the opportunity to get it on PlayStation, I'm going to get it on PlayStation. Unless it's an indie game, then I will try to get it on my Switch, just because I don't know why. I just like collecting indie games on my Switch. It's just cool to have it handheld and stuff like that. And they generally all run the exact same on Switch because, they're not very powerful games most of the time. All right. So I don't think I started my year with this game, but the first game that I played in terms of Sony was Alan Wake Remastered. And that was a game I've always wanted to play all the way back to when it first came out on Xbox. I was just too chicken to play it. Way too chicken. Even if it was a game that had just a little bit of horror in it, I was like, nah, I'm not going to waste my money on a game that I probably won't play, because that's how it was with me back then. When I bought scary games, I tend to not finish them because they were just too damn scary. But Alan Wake Remastered was good. I enjoyed it. I gave it a 7 out of 10. Was it incredible? No, but I like that universe that they're building there with Control and Alan Wake. I am excited for Control 2, even though I didn't like Control, the first game, all that much, even though I got a platinum trophy on that game. Didn't love it, but I liked it. There's definitely aspects to that game that I loved, and there's some aspects to that game that I really did not like. But regardless, Alan Wake Remastered, it was good. It was a good time. Then we got Tales of Arise, which was one of the big surprises of the year for myself personally. This game made me cry. I talked about it in the Xyz Award. It had some moments there in the Xyz, but Tales of Arise was a big surprise for me. I literally only played it because it looked cool. It was a classic, I was looking through the PlayStation library, and I'm like, man, this Tales of Arise game looks cool. The reviews on it were really strong, and I was like, you know what? I'm in the mood for an RPG. Let's give it a try. It was leaving the PlayStation Network in like a month or like a few weeks or whatever, so I had to crush the game really fast, and I did. And it was awesome. I got very invested in the characters. The art style was great. The combat system was great. The music was awesome. This is a banger game, man. The Tales games, I see you now. So I've tried one for the first time, and it was a banger. Pretty sure it has the voice actor that plays Ichiban in it. That's I got so connected to the character because of that. He was so good. He crushed that performance. And I gave that game an 8.5 out of 10. That was a banger of a video game. I was very pleasantly surprised with Tales of Arise. Then we have Journey. I got into a little bit of an indie kick here. So I played Journey finally. It's been on my list forever. And it was great. It was exactly what I thought it was going to be. It was just very chill. You're just kind of sliding through the sand and stuff like that. It's a very chill, easy experience. It's not really for me. There's another game that I have, Sword of the Sea, I think it's called, which is supposed to be very similar to it. And they're just nice experiences to have once in a while when you want to just maybe turn the brain off, smoke a little weed, and just kind of watch something very visually pleasing. You can do pretty good with Journey. So that was an 8 out of 10. Then I played Sifu, which I thought I was going to like more. I still liked it a lot, but I don't know, just the way that Kind of Funny got into it the year that it came out. They went crazy over Sifu, and it's a great game. It really is. My problem with it was I played it on the normal hard difficulty, and I was getting my ass handed to me. And then I went down to the easier difficulty, started to learn the mechanics a little bit better, started to understand the levels, the level design, and the enemy design. Then I went to the regular difficulty and started having a much better time. So, if you are to play Sifu, and you haven't played it yet, I recommend start the game on the easy difficulty, get used to it, because the game, it does not hold your hand. It is kicking your ass from level 1, but it's got one of the coolest concepts I've heard in a game in a long time. It's a beat-em-up, kind of a beat-em-up game. Yeah, I would call it a beat 'em up. But every time you die, you age, and you have to beat the game before you die of old age. Very, very cool concept. Very cool indeed. So much so that it's getting a movie made about it by the John Wick director, and I'm very excited about that. So Sifu was an 8 out of 10. I feel like that's a little bit low for how much I did enjoy the game, but I don't know. Did I do a review on Sifu? I may have. You'll have to go back and check, but Sifu was an 8 out of 10. Then we got Life is Strange True Colors, another big surprise for me. I did play Life is Strange. I didn't love it. Didn't even finish it, actually. I played it with my wife, and we were like, oh, this isn't Telltale. I thought it was going to be a Telltale game where it's literally pick your own adventure, but there was actually a lot more interactivity in Life is Strange than I thought there was going to be. More puzzle solving and stuff to actually do. And I just wasn't in the mood for that. But I tried Life is Strange True Colors because I heard good things about it. And it was a banger, man. I absolutely, really enjoyed this game quite a lot. I think it's a great game. graphics were good. I just really like the pacing of the story. Like, I think the characters were really good. Once the LARP simulator thing came into play, I was like absolutely smitten with the game. I was like, this is so fun, so unique, and I really enjoyed it. So I know the next one in the Life is Strange isn't supposed to be very good, but I think it's called Double Exposure. I still want to check it out just because I like this one so much, and they're pretty innocent games. They're not very long. They don't take a lot of your time up. So I would recommend True Colors. I gave it an 8 out of 10 as well, and it's a little banger right there, and I really enjoyed it. Then we have WWE 2K24. Really good game. I didn't put in a ton of time with it. Like, I didn't do everything that the game had to offer. I mostly played GM mode. That's my bread and butter right there. I did like 2 or 3 GM modes. Very, very fun. I love GM mode. It was the exact same as the last GM mode that I played, which I think was 2K23, but it was a free download on the PlayStation Network thing, so I downloaded it, played it. It was a good time. It's WWE 2K. Like, they're very well-made games. They're not as fun as SmackDown vs. Raw was back in the day, but man, I would have killed to have this amount of content in my WWE game. Like, they had a lot back in the day, but to be able to like create your own universe and stuff, I would have loved that mode so much back in the day, because I was essentially doing that anyway, but just kind of more imaginative. So that was a good time playing some WWE. They have 2K25 up, but I think I'll probably take a break from 2K for a little bit, let them kind of pile up and build up some new content in the games before I dive into one again. But every once in a while, I always crave a GM mode. Like, any game that has a GM mode, probably going to love it, and I do so in WWE. Then we have Prince of Persia: Lost Crown. I was very excited to get into this one, and it was a great game. It wasn't a 9 out of 10. It was an 8 out of 10. And WWE was a 7.5 out of 10. So, but Prince of Persia: Lost Crown, I had a good time with. It's a great roguelite. Like, it does everything good that a good roguelite does. It's fun. It's pretty easy to get into. You're constantly unlocking like new abilities to further yourself in the game. It was a really good time. That's why I do this, because that's kind of a game that slipped through the cracks. Like, it was a very popular game with Kind of Funny. They were going crazy about it, and it's definitely worth your time. It's not a very long game either. Very enjoyable Metroidvania. Is that what I called it? I might have called it a roguelite. I keep mixing that up. There was a Prince of Persia game. There's a Prince of Persia Rogue, I think it's called, and it was a roguelite one. I apologize. I'm talking about the Metroidvania Prince of Persia Lost Crown. That's the Metroidvania one, and it does a very good job. The level design, the map design was very good. It was just it's not the best Metroidvania, like, I wouldn't put it in the best, but it's very good. If you enjoy Metroidvanias, you're going to have a good time with that one. Then we have Blueprints. Blueprints was another big surprise, dropped out of nowhere. I played it, absolutely loved it. Then I got into the Banner Saga trilogy, played all 3 of them back to back to back. Fucking loved it. That is going to be an essential title for me. Like, every couple of years, I want to play through the Banner Saga again and try some different, because there's so many different routes you can go down. It's a choose-your-own-adventure game, but also a strategy game at the same time, which is just, if I was to create a video game, this might be it, man. Like, this might be the kind of game that I make. It's so me. Like, the gameplay is strategy, baby. And then the pick-your-own-adventure, I just love that, man. That you're constantly making these really crucial decisions, and these decisions matter. Like, they are going to play major roles in the outcome of your game, man. It's like, people are going to die in this game. You're going to lose people. You're going to make the wrong decision every now and again. You're going to lose people, and it's going to suck, and you're going to feel that, and it's going to affect your game. But it's just a game that you got to keep going through. Stay committed to your decisions and just continue onward. Don't go back. Don't be a bitch. Just fucking play it, and trust me, play the Banner Saga. It is so freaking good. I gave each game an 8, and an 8.5 for the last one. They're so great. I love them. I honestly, I probably could have scored them higher, but I don't know. I just wanted to be a little bit conservative. Personally, like, if it was a personal scale and I wasn't reviewing it more as like an actual reviewer, taking other people's it's like a 9 out of 10 for me. I absolutely love the Banner Saga. Friggin' awesome. I gave Blueprints a 9 out of 10, by the way. Then I got into Mafia Definitive Edition, which was interesting. I never played a Mafia game before, and I was really craving. I was like, I want to play I wanted a Grand Theft Auto game. And I'm like, well, what other kind of Grand Theft Autos are out there that I haven't played? I played Saints Row already, love Saints Row. Maybe not the newer ones, but like Saints Row 2, 3, 4, hell yeah, I love those games. But getting into Mafia Definitive Edition, I really enjoyed it. I had a really good time with it. Is it the best game in the world? No, absolutely not. But it was very good. I gave it a 7.5 out of 10. I liked the world that they built. The acting was great. The story was great. The gameplay was fine. Like, it's not open world. Like, it's kind of a linear game where you're just kind of going from point A to point B. You're driving, but it's pretty linear. There's not a lot of exploration to go on, but if you just want to play a Mafia-style story, this is a pretty good game right here, and it's made me interested in the other Mafia games. Mafia 2, sure, I think I'll play that one. Mafia 3 I'll probably skip because it's like a way different kind of game. Way bigger. Like, that's why I liked Mafia, because it was like an 8-hour game. 8-10 hours, got through it, really easy to get through, great pacing, really enjoyed the story and characters. So yeah, I would recommend, if you haven't checked out the Mafia games yet, check out Mafia Definitive Edition. You like Grand Theft Auto, maybe you liked LA Noire. It's more like LA Noire than it is a Grand Theft Auto. More linear, but great world, great characters, and I had a good time. Then we got Sayonara Wild Hearts, which is, oh man, that just reminds me I need to do my rhythm video game episode. There's still some rhythm games that I want to check out, but at some point I'll do a rhythm game episode, and Sayonara Wild Hearts was a game that I played for that episode, because it's a nice, you can literally beat this game, and I think in an hour. I think that's all it took me, was an hour, maybe an hour and a half, and the music is excellent, absolutely excellent. The art style is awesome, and the gameplay was good for a rhythm game. It was quite good. A little bit of variation in there. I can't really remember it a lot. Like, I literally only played it for like an hour and a half. I would replay this game in a heartbeat, in a Sayonara Wild Heartbeat, if you will. Regardless, I gave it an 8 out of 10. I think it's a little banger, especially considering you can get through it in an hour. If you really like music, give it a shot. The music is excellent in that game, so yeah, I would definitely recommend it. Then I got into the big one. I got into Death Stranding Director's Cut, and it was awesome. Really had a great time with Death Stranding. I have a great time with video games in general, so this is going to be a very positive list. There's only a couple of games here that I didn't really have a great time with. We will discuss, but Death Stranding really caught me off guard. I really didn't know anything about the game other than you're walking and you're delivering packages. That is not all the game is by a long shot. It's got a hell of a story to it and great character development. Very weird game. Very strange. I was very taken aback the first time I got into the black goop, and a big giant black whale came after me, and I'm running through this goop, and it's just fucking insane. I'm like, what is going on right now with Norman Reedus and the Funky Fetus, man? That game is weird, very strange video game, but I loved it. It was so Kojima, and I missed Kojima, man. I haven't played a real Kojima game in a long time. Do I count Metal Gear Solid 5? It's up for debate, right? It's up for debate. It didn't end like a Kojima game should have, but it definitely had that flair. The gameplay did, at least, anyway. But regardless, what game am I even talking about right now? Hold on. Got lost. Death Stranding, my goodness, yes. Excellent video game. I am very excited for, what is it called? On the Beach. Very excited. I am in no rush to get to that game. Like I said, Death Stranding was a big bite. It's a big game. I'm not going to say it wasn't like 100 hours or anything, but it was just, there was a lot to take in, a lot of story, took a lot, like, I'm not going to say a lot of brain power, but I dedicated a lot of my time to this game when I started playing it because I wanted to be engaged with the story, and it was awesome. It was way better than I expected it to be, and I had a blast with it. 8 out of 10. Then we get to my personal game of the year, Armored Core 6, Fires of Rubicon. Sorry if you haven't listened to the Xseas Award, but Armored Core was my game of the year, and nothing touched it. Once I played Armored Core, it went straight to the top and did not move. Nothing touched that game. Not Spider-Man 2, not fucking Blueprints. No one touched this game. No one even sniffed its throne, because this game for me was the funnest game that I played this year by far. Did it have the best story? No. Did it have the best graphics? No. Did it have the best soundtrack? No. But it had greats across the board, and the gameplay was like 10 out of 10 for me. I fucking loved playing this game. I loved the mechs. I loved how customizable they were and how every battle against another mech felt so unique, because every mech you fight has like this different fucking setup, and you're like, whoa, shit, how am I going to counteract this setup? And the first playthrough was very challenging. It's a very hard game, but after you get through the first one, it's kind of a cakewalk after that. Like, once you unlock the stuff, you kind of figure out how to battle each robot, and you kind of figure out what your build is and what kind of playstyle you want to be. You can make this game your bitch. And I made this game my bitch. I can sit there, and I was beating this game in one sitting, just flying through the missions, beating the final bosses, beating all the boss fights, no problem. Bang, 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 bang. Double bazooka, double chain gun, get fucked on, and it was over. But I had a blast. I could not stop playing this game. Like, I couldn't pull myself away from it. I'm like, I'm gonna start it up again. I'm gonna go. Like, the greatest thing about this game is that each playthrough is different. You get different missions on each playthrough. You get different routes that you're going down for different endings, different boss fights. You're like, yo, this game is beefy, but you can also beat it in like 10 hours on your, like, I don't know how long it took me on my first playthrough, but the second playthrough, like I said, you can get through it in like 2.5, 3 hours. No problem. Beat the whole fucking game, no problem. And the story was awesome. I think actually the music was awesome. Excellent music. Regardless, I'm an Armored Core guy now. That was my first Armored Core game, and I'm a Core guy. Oh, baby. Next one they come out with, I will be there. I would even consider buying it day one. I am that excited for Armored Core now, so do not miss this game. Even if you're not a Souls guy, you don't have to be a Souls guy to enjoy this game. If you just like action games, you like fucking mechs, you like Gundam Wing, like, this is the best Gundam Wing mech game I have ever played. Haven't played a lot of them, but I played them, and this is by far the best. And I only gave it a 9 out of 10. I feel like that's a little bit light. I'm a little hard when it comes to reviews. Like, if you're going to get a 9.5, a 10 out of me, it's going to take a lot. And like I said, the story wasn't necessarily the greatest thing in the world. I did love the fact that I could do, like, different routes, get different story outcomes and stuff like that. That was great, but in my heart, it's a 10 out of 10. Absolutely. Then we got Frostpunk. That was a great time. A unique strategy game where you're trying to survive these harsh winters, and you got like a heating core that you're trying to keep running, and it just keeps getting colder, and you kind of build out from a circle, and you just kind of keep building outward, and you're harvesting coal and wood, and you're doing that whole thing. You're just trying to survive this horrible winter through these unique scenarios, and it was awesome. Definitely want to get to Frostpunk 2, but I'm in no rush. It is out there, I do believe now, but yeah, dude, Frostpunk. Frostpunk was a dope freaking, strategy game. 8 out of 10. Then we got GTA 3 Remastered, which is probably my lowest rated game of the year with a 6 out of 10. Just doesn't hold up. Even the definitive edition or whatever the hell it is, just didn't really hold up, man. The character's not really there. He doesn't talk. The storyline was fine. Like, it was okay. It's pretty tame for Grand Theft Auto standards, and the gameplay I didn't like the mission design. A lot of the missions were very infuriating. Some of them were damn near impossible to do. Like, of course, you had to activate cheats, get some weapons and heavy armory and all this shit just to get through some of these missions were just fucking insane. And it wasn't that big of a game. Now, I didn't like grade it harshly because, it's not as big as Grand Theft Auto 5. Of course it's not going to be. It was a very early PS2 video game. But it was a little bit bland. It was mostly the mission structure I did not like. Most of the missions I did not have a good time with, so I wouldn't recommend going back and playing Grand Theft Auto 3. If you haven't and you want to, like me, if you're curious, and I've never personally played Grand Theft Auto 3, I was curious to see where it all started and how it was and what the story was like, and yeah, you're not missing a lot, man. You're not missing a lot. It didn't really stand the test of time. There's better older Grand Theft Autos you can play, like San Andreas, probably even Vice City. Can't say. I have not played Vice City yet, so that's next on the list, but I wanted to do 3 first, so I don't have the highest hopes for Vice City. I'm expecting it to be better than 3, but I'm not expecting, I don't know. I'll be pleasantly surprised if it still holds its weight, But yeah, Grand Theft Auto 3 surprisingly didn't. It just didn't hit with me. I did finish it, but did I have the greatest time with it? No, 6 out of 10. Then we have Dying Light 2. This is one of the games that kind of slips through the cracks. I played it. It was fun. Wasn't amazing, wasn't bad. I didn't really connect with the story at all, but the gameplay was really fun. If you like zombie games with a little bit of Mirror's Edge mixed in there, and not bad. 7.5 out of 10. Then we got Kingdom of Amalur. This has been on my list for a very long time. Basically, it was... I got interested in it because someone said it was like Fable, and I'm like, oh my god, say no more. Added it to the list, and boom, I played it, and yeah, it was kind of like Fable. Some major aspects from Fable that I loved were not in it. Like in Fable 2, you can like rent out houses and run businesses and stuff. You're not doing that in Kingdoms of Amalur. Kingdoms of Amalur was more of a mix of Fable and more Diablo-like. More of a Diablo-like dungeon crawler. The combat was pretty good. I liked the magic attacks. They were fine. Overall, I thought it was a great game. It still looks pretty good for an older video game. I believe it came out in PS3, and I did the Re-Reckoning or whatever the hell it's called, but regardless, still a good-looking game, plays good. I think you could play it co-op. If you could, that's the way to play this game, for sure. Then I took on Spider-Man 2. That was amazing. It's Spider-Man, so, don't really have to say much about that. I still had a better time with the first Spider-Man game just because it was all new and all this shit. This is just more Spider-Man, but not a negative. It is more great, amazing Spider-Man, 9 out of 10. Then I played Planet Zoo, which was shockingly hard. That game kicked my ass, man. I couldn't stop going in debt in that game. Very fun, though. I very much so I love animals, so I really enjoyed building these zoos for these animals, and I got very attached, like, oh no, some animals died in my zoos, and I would be like, oh no, my bison is dead, or oh no, my gorilla died, or whatever the hell. Like, I've had some animals die of old age, I've had some animals that had been in my zoo for decades, and they finally passed, and I'm like, oh, this is very upsetting. We'll build a little memorial for them. But if you like, now I haven't played like Roller Coaster Tycoon or anything, but if you do like those games, and you liked Planet Coaster, you like, I don't know what other freaking games like that are out there. I don't know, but if you like these kind of games, it's a little bit advanced. I will say it was a little hard to pick up. It's and definitely a game you got to stay with. Like I spent too much time away from it, and I came back to it, and I was like, oh fuck, what do I do? Like there's a little bit much. Like you gotta build walls high enough so the animals don't jump out, and like there was just some mechanics about the game that I didn't love. Like animals kept escaping, animals kept dying really easily, and like that my zookeepers weren't doing what I told them to do all the time. But I still had a blast with this game. I gave it an 8 out of 10. I still think it's a great game in that genre. Then I replayed XCOM 2, but I didn't get very, very far into it. I got maybe 15, 20 hours into it before I hit a wall that I could not get through. I just could not beat this mission. It was a critical mission that I had to beat or I was going to lose the game. So I lost the game. I guess that's the way she goes. And I was like, well, I am done with that, but I had a blast with XCOM 2, one of my favorite games all time. Then I got to Alan Wake 2, finally. It took me a long time to get to Alan Wake 2 after playing Alan Wake, but I did play them both within the year, and I did prefer Alan Wake 2. I didn't love it the way that other people did. I thought it was a great game, but I don't know, the story didn't really connect with me. It was a very confusing story, so I gave it an 8 out of 10. Like, it wasn't as good as I was hoping for. I was hoping more of like a Resident Evil 2 remake style, and like it was more different than... It played more like a Resident Evil 2 than Alan Wake 1 did, but I don't know, I just didn't connect with the story all that much, but I still like the game. So I'm still interested. Like, it's definitely not one of my favorites, but when Alan Wake 3 inevitably comes out, and Control 2, like, I'm interested in those games for, on sale. I'll buy them cheap, but I'm not going to buy them day one. Then I played Shadow of the Tomb Raider. That was a great game. Great trilogy of games right there. My favorite one's the second one. I believe it is Rise of the Tomb Raider. That game holds up to an Uncharted game. Like, that game is fucking awesome. That is an amazing video game. I would probably hit... if I had to rate the trilogy, it's probably like a 7.5, like a 9, and then this one I gave an 8 out of 10. Very great, a great game. Like, plays, if you like Uncharted games, this is like a great substitute. Like, very, very close. You're gonna have a very good time with these games. The combat's great, the action's great. Really enjoy Lara Croft, the character in this one, and looks great too. What a looker of a video game. Then I played Parappa the Rappa, which was another one I added to the list for my rhythm video game. You can get through it in like an hour, something like. It wasn't a very long video game, and it was alright. Wasn't bad. It was a little bit simple. Not a lot of challenge to that game. Even the last song was like pretty tame. Like I told myself, I said the mini games in Like a Dragon were harder than the hardest song in Parappa the Rappa, and I was like, all right, so very easy, but a lot of style to it, very unique art style. The music was really fun, very unique game, I will say that. Parappa the Rappa 2 is the one that I played, 7 out of 10. Then I got into Like a Dragon Ishin, which was, I was disappointed because it wasn't turn-based. I thought I was getting into another turn-based Like a Dragon game. I thought Like a Dragon meant turn-based RPG, not beat 'em up, and this was a beat 'em up style, like a regular Yakuza game, and I was let down by that. I was not necessarily in the mood for it, but I pushed through and I got through the game, and it was great. It was a great game. It doesn't have the best mini games in it because it is taking place in like the 1800s, so you don't have like fucking slot car races. You don't have casino. Well, you do have a lot of gambling. There's a lot of gambling. There's tons of gambling. Don't worry about that. So much gambling. But the mini games weren't the best. The story was pretty good. The mission was, it felt like a Yakuza game. You're doing a lot of brawling, arguably way too much brawling. There's just way too many fights going on in that game. You're constantly getting chased and fucking threatened and so on and so forth by somebody. But I enjoyed the game. It just was not what I expected. So if you are planning on getting into those games, and just make sure you realize that Like a Dragon Ishin isn't a turn-based RPG. It is not. It is a beat-em-up game. So just open-world beat-em-up game. So be on the lookout for that, because that's not what I thought it was. Then I got into the Silent Hill games. Played Silent Hill 2 HD. I thought it still held up. I would recommend playing it. Yeah, I think it's a test of time, considering how old that game is. The controls are tanky as fuck, but that was kind of the style at the time, and I still think it works. Not as good as Resident Evil did, but I still think it works quite good with this game. It doesn't look very good anymore. It's quite ugly in terms of its graphics, very muddy and blurry, and the HD didn't do a lot for it. But regardless, the level design, the way that you go through this game, and the pacing and the enemies, quite good, and some pretty decent scares still in this game, and I would highly recommend playing it if you plan on playing the remake, because it is night and day. How it'll just show off how impressive the remake really is. So I would recommend doing it, because that's exactly what I did, because the next game I played was Silent Hill 2 Remake, which nearly got onto my Games of the Year list. It was fucking awesome. This one I liked more than Alan Wake 2. This felt way more like Resident Evil 2. The shooting was great. And they did a great job with this remake. Like, everything looks a lot better, obviously. But they also kind of cleaned things up, but they left a lot there, man. Like, they left a lot of Easter eggs and little nods to the older game. Tons of that in there. So I really appreciated that. I was like, man, that's great. Tons of funny endings. So it's a lot of replayability with Silent Hill. I can see myself coming back to Silent Hill 2 like in October and trying a different ending, try and get the UFO ending or the legendary dog ending and try those ones out. But 8.5 out of 10 for the Silent Hill remake. One of the best remakes I have played to date. Then I got into Risk of Rain 2. Only played a little bit of that game. It was pretty cool. It's definitely a game I would like to play co-op if I had the opportunity to, but I didn't. I don't know anybody that has this game, so I played it alone. It was pretty good. It's just kind of like a shooter, third-person shooter roguelite. You're going around just trying to survive on this planet for as long as possible, trying to just live. That's pretty much all there is to it. Then I finished the year out with an Uncharted 4 replay, and it was freaking awesome. So that is all the Sony games. That's just the Sony games, y'all. 30 total games right there. Now we slide into Nintendo. And I kicked off the year with Nintendo with 13 Sentinels Aegis Rim, which was a huge backlog game for me. It's been on my backlog for a couple of years. Friend of mine at work, it was his game of the year that he played it. So that meant a lot to me. I was like, wow, he plays a lot of games, a lot of unique, quirky games, and I've never heard of that one before. So I put that on my list. I bought it, and it was awesome. It was a very unique game, very interesting story, and quite the gameplay. It's kind of hard to describe it. I've done an episode on this game, so check out the episode. But 13 Sentinels, fucking awesome. And it was another game that it got a nod as one of the best games of the year, but it didn't quite make my top 10. But it was in contention for a little bit there at the beginning of the year, and then it kind of fell out. But still a great game. And I'm very excited to get into Unicorn Overlord, their next game. I've seen it on sale for a pretty good price, but I'm not there yet. Then I played Pac-Man Championship Edition 2. It's Pac-Man. It's great, or actually really good. I gave it a 7.5 out of 10. If you like Pac-Man and you haven't played Pac-Man Championship Edition, what are you doing? Get out there. It's so fun. Then I played Metroid Prime Remastered. It was a great game. Still holds up. The remaster, I don't know if it really what it did. Like obviously upped the graphics a little bit, but I think graphically Metroid Prime held its age quite well, but the HD upgrade helps. And the level design still holds up. There's still some things with the controls I didn't love, like some of the platforming was just fucking painful to get through in first person, and the music was great. The music in this game was so freaking good, and I'm interested in other Metroid games, like if they want to remake Prime 2 and 3, I'm interested. I'm rather disappointed in the reviews for Metroid Prime 4, only holding like a 78, 79 on Metacritic. I was hoping for more out of Metroid. Now, that's still a very good video game, arguably a great video game, but I was hoping for a big hit for Metroid Prime right there, and that's not quite what I was looking for. So, not a system seller for me. If it was like, oh shit, this game's getting 9s and 10s across the board, I would definitely be more in consideration to buying a Switch 2, but at this point, not really. Alright, then I got into Advance Wars 1 and 2 Reboot Camp, a great package of a video game if you are a strategy fan. If you've ever played Wargroove, you'll love Advance Wars. I played Wargroove first, and then this is the first time I've ever played Advance Wars, and I always knew I was going to like it, and I did. I really enjoyed this game. You can it's 2 games in one, so I got it on sale, very worth the price. You get 2 big video games, they're like 30, 40 plus hours each, and it was a great time. Then I got to Super Mario World 2 Yoshi's Island, a absolute classic, and this game still holds up so freaking good as long as you turn the sound down. If you turn the sound down, you're going to have a great time. If you keep the sound on, you're going to be annoyed because that baby Mario is so fucking annoying, man. It is bad. It is really bad. I played it a long time ago, and I had to stop playing because the baby Mario was really, really annoying. And yes, I could have just turned my TV down, but I didn't. And now I play it on my Switch. Fucking delightful. Absolutely. It might be one of my favorite Mario games, man. That was, I had a very good time. I gave it an 8.5 out of 10. That game is I think that game is older than me. So, that's saying something, man. Super Mario World 2 Yoshi's Island still holds its own. Like, beautiful looking art style. Still, I can't believe they haven't, really revisited that much, but a gorgeous art style. Then I played some Kill Knight. Didn't play a lot of Kill Knight. It was a game that had an insane Metacritic on it, but not a lot of reviews. So I was curious, I checked it out. It's a unique game. It just doesn't have a lot of substance to it. It didn't have anything really keeping me to come back, but the gameplay's really fun. I will give it that. It's kind of you're on like a little platform and you're shooting shit and you're just kind of getting swarmed by enemies and you're just trying to kill them as fast and effectively as possible. It is fun. I gave it a 7.5 out of 10. And I would recommend it. Check out some gameplay. If it tickles your pickle, I would recommend it. It is quite fun, but I only played like a handful of hours of it. It just, like I said, it didn't have anything to draw me back to it. It was missing that addictive gameplay. It was missing something. Can't quite put my finger on it. Gunstar Heroes. Holy crap. That is a banger right there. That game still holds its own. It's kind of like Sega's version of Mega Man meeting Contra. Like, it was such a fun game. Hard as hell, but with save states and everything, it was a very manageable game. I got through it eventually, but I had a blast with it. I would play that game again for sure. Gunstar Heroes. That's on the Sega library on the Nintendo Online. Definitely worth a check out. I followed that up with Sonic the Hedgehog 2. It was good. It was a good game. I'm just not a Sonic guy, so I gave it a 7 out of 10. There was some good platforming there. Still looks pretty good. Like, for a game that old, still looking like that, pretty fucking good, man. Like, not bad at all. I just don't like the Sonic gameplay. It says you're going fast, but you're not going that fast, man. There's a lot of momentum stopping. Not as bad as Sonic the Hedgehog 1, but there was still that thing about Sonic. I was like, I want to go fast. Maybe if I was better at the game, I'd be going faster, but I don't know. Didn't love it. Then I got another game that I didn't love, was Final Fantasy VIII. Probably down there for one of my least favorite Final Fantasies. I don't know if it's my least favorite, but it's down there. It's definitely down there. Didn't jive with the characters at all. Like, they were just kind of mopey and just not all that appealing. They look cool. Like, their design is very cool. A lot of the characters look awesome. And the combat was lame, bro. So lame. Like, all I was doing was summon. And it takes forever. Even with you can times the speed times 3, and it still would take forever. I'm like, man, this is brutal. And thankfully I didn't play it like original style, or it's probably unplayable now in that fashion because it's so slow. But I didn't really jive with it. Didn't even finish this game, so that's disappointing. I got lost right around the end, couldn't figure out where to go, and that's the way she goes. Then I got into a little bit of a replay situation. Replayed Theater Rhythm, Final Fantasy Final Bar Line. I love this game. I will play it any day. It is so much fun. The music is incredible. It's every Final Fantasy song from every Final Fantasy game, and you get an awesome rhythm game to it. Excellent, absolutely excellent video game. One of my highest recommendations for the Switch. Then I replayed Harvest Moon 64. Didn't play a lot, but I just got an itch for a little bit of farming, and I also followed that up with some Stardew Valley. I was like, I want something with a little more substance, so I left Harvest Moon 64 and I went to Stardew Valley, continued a farm that I had going there, and yeah, I put in like 20 hours or so, like, got back into Stardew Valley again, then I fell out of it. Then I got into Kirby and the Forgotten Land, which was another game on my hit list, another game of the year from my homie Tyler, and I was like, all right, I gotta play this game. Never been the biggest Kirby guy. I like Kirby, the character especially, but the games, I haven't played a lot of them. There's only a handful that I played. Played a little bit of the N64 game back in the day. I played a little bit of Canvas Curse, played a little bit of Epic Yarn, and yeah, that's kind of it. This is by far my favorite Kirby game that I have ever played, and it's probably the best one. Well, I don't know about that. That's up for debate, but it's definitely one of the best ones in a while, and it is awesome. It is a great game. The music especially is fantastic. I like the power-ups that Kirby gets. You get to turn into a car, and you're turning into all these objects. It's quite cool, and good style to it. The graphics were pretty nice. 8 out of 10. Then we got to one of the games I did not finish, Castlevania Harmony of Dissonance. And if you've played these games before, you probably can guess what happened. I got lost, and I couldn't figure out where I was going. This happens with these games all the time, especially the Castlevania ones. They're Metroidvania-style games. Very easy to get lost. The map is not very detailed. It's just kind of like, I don't know, it's just kind of a graph kind of looking thing, and it doesn't really have anything labeled. I don't know what fucking room is what. I don't know where I'm going, and if you leave these games for too long, like even 2 days might be too long, you'll come back to it completely lost. You're like, I'm completely turned around, don't know where I was going, don't know where I've been, and that happens sometimes, which sucks, because it's a really good video game. I really enjoyed it. Like, if I ended up finishing it, it's probably an easy 7.5, 8.5, who knows. Like, it had some good boss fights. It's a great Metroidvania. It's just, got lost, and I couldn't figure out where I was, so that was the end of that game, sadly, because I believe I have the Advanced Trilogy, and that's the second game, so now I'm gonna have to skip the second game, get to the third game, and we'll see what happens. Replayed Pokemon Sun. Pretty sure I'm done with that game. It's still kind of, I haven't like officially put it away, but I haven't played it in like 2 weeks. So probably done, and not that great of a Pokemon game, all said and done. There's one mechanic that drives me absolutely fucking up the wall with it, and that's the fact that wild Pokemon can call for backup. stupid. So fucking stupid. You can get stuck in wild encounters for like 20 minutes because they won't stop calling in enforcements. So they're just like, oh, I'm a fucking Pidgey. Oh, I called in reinforcements. Now there's another Pidgey you gotta fight. And then that Pidgey will call in reinforcements. And then you take out that Pidgey, the other Pidgey just calls in more reinforcements. The worst mechanic in a Pokemon game I've seen in a long time. The story, meh. The setting, meh. Beachy, tropical island, all right, yeah, not bad. Aloha and all that. Definitely a Hawaiian theme to the game, but I don't know. It was all right. The starters were pretty cool. I don't know. Not my favorite Pokemon game. And then I finished it with one of the best games of the year, Hades 2. Got an episode on it. Talked about it a bunch on the Xyz. So go check out that episode. It's for my money. Hades 1 and 2 are the best roguelikes on the market. That's all I got to say. So that is 17 total games played on Nintendo, 12 new, 5 replays. So definitely not as strong as Sony. Sony's my pony. That's who I ride. That's what I ride with. But I tried to get more games on Nintendo to play. I'm just really cheap, and I don't have that many more Switch games to play, so I'm trying to hold on to them like a bad habit or something like that. But I still have some big Switch games to get to. Xenoblade Chronicles 3, Pikmin 4, Paper Mario Thousand Year Door. What else is over there? Games. There's games I gotta play over there. Some of them are still in their wrapping. I haven't even gotten them unwrapped yet, so that's not good. But finishing off with Hades 2, we finish about as strong as you can. That was a very highly rated game for myself, and we'll finish it with Xbox. And Xbox had a hell of a year for me personally. Lots of great video games, and Game Pass absolutely crushed it. Most of these games were Game Pass games. And we started the year out with 9 Souls, probably I would say the hardest game that I finished this year, and it was awesome. If you like Sekiro meets 2D side-scroller, excellent game, man. The combat was excellent. Parrying and deflecting with the sword was very hard, challenging, and very rewarding. The boss fights, some of the hardest boss fights I've ever had, like back to back to back, man. Like, these bosses they were all hard. Every boss I had trouble with reminded me of Hollow Knight, where you have to figure out their patterns, you got to figure out the right deflections, you got to figure out the right strategy, then you just got to execute that shit. And it was hard. I think there was one broken boss I talked about. I have a 9 Souls review. I would highly recommend you check that one out and see if you're worthy of 9 Souls. It is a very, very hard video game. It burnt me the fuck out, man. And that was early in the year. That game burnt my hard game fuse right out. I was like, oh, that game took a bite out of me, and but it left an impression on me for sure. It was a game that was battling its way in and out of Game of the Year, or not Game of the Year, but top 10 of the year. It was in there like 3 or 4 different times, kept working its way back into the conversation. I'm like, I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't even remember. I don't think 9 Souls made it. I'm not sure. If it did, cool. If it didn't, oh well. It was an excellent video game. I believe I gave it a 9 out of 10. Let me see here. Yeah, 9 out of 10. The art style was great. The music was awesome. Boss battles were fucking epic and challenging as fuck. Excellent video game. Great gameplay. I followed that up with Avowed. Another great game. I'm telling you, Xbox had a hell of a year for me. Avowed was awesome. Really enjoyed the combat. I enjoyed it more than the Outer Worlds 2. I feel like I'm kind of alone on that one. I don't hear a lot of love for Avowed. I really enjoyed it. I thought the gameplay was there. It was one of the more fun kind of Western RPG style games that I've played in a while. If you like Fallout, you like Outer Worlds, you're probably going to get a kick out of Avowed. 8.5 out of 10. Then I got into another Yakuza game. I'm making that a seasonal thing where every year I'm going to get into a Yakuza. And I chose Yakuza 0 this time around, and a hell of a choice. That is my favorite Yakuza mainline game right now. And outside of Like a Dragon, my favorite is Like a Dragon. Can't remember the name of the game for the life of me. But regardless, Yakuza 0, outstanding. Some of the best side stuff in the game so far, the business operating thing, you're running a bar, like a strip club, hostess bar, it's so much fun, love playing that over and over again. The story was great, great characters, The only thing that isn't awesome is the combat. Combat gets really samey, gets really repetitive after a while, and you put a lot of hours in these games, you end up running away from a lot of fights. You're just avoiding fights. You're like, nah, I really don't want to do this again. So I'm really hoping at some point they expand the combat system a little bit, because it's getting a little samey. This is like my third Yakuza game, and the combat has been pretty much unchanged throughout the 3 games, and it's getting rather stale at this point. So that held it from getting a higher score than an 8.5, but regardless, freaking awesome. I've been asked a couple of times, where would you start if you're going to start with Yakuza? You can't go wrong with starting with Yakuza 0, but do you want to start with the highest? Like, I think Yakuza 0 might be the best one in the series. So, do you want to start with the best, or do you want to start with the first one? I would recommend going with Yakuza Kiwami 1, then go do whatever you want. I don't care. You can do whatever you want. Start with number 6 for all I care. I don't care. Do what you want. Just play Yakuza, because it's awesome. Then I played Forza Horizon 5, the DLC. I never finished the DLC, so I came back, did that up. It was awesome. The rally stuff wasn't as awesome as I wanted it to be, but I think it's Hot Wheels. Yeah, Hot Wheels was so fun. Hot Wheels was like a 9 out of 10, and then the other one was like a 7, so I averaged it out to an 8 out of 10 for the DLC for Forza Horizon 5 overall. And then we got to Elder Scrolls Oblivion Remastered. That just got shadow dropped on us, so I ended up playing that, put like 100 hours in that game, and it was still really good. It's definitely showing its age in parts, like the dialogue's pretty good, but the gameplay is starting to get rather stale. Just swinging a sword, and the magic is pretty tame. Like, after I came from Avowed, the magic system in that was so much more fun. So yeah, the gameplay was a little bit stale, but the nostalgia was so strong in this game that it kept me going and going throughout the whole entire game that I beat it. And it was awesome. A 7.5 out of 10. Then I followed that up with South of Midnight, a very underrated game. Highly recommend you check this one out. Is it the greatest game out there? No. But it's very charming. It has a lot of style, a lot of personality, great soundtrack, and a very unique setting in the Louisiana swamp bogs. So really enjoyed this game. I would highly recommend you check it out. Not a very long game, but a fun little platforming action game. Pretty cool. Then I did Expedition 33. That was a big one. That was awesome. That's probably I think it's the highest rated game that I have of the year, with a 9.5 out of 10. It just nailed everything across the board. The gameplay was freaking awesome. I love the pressing the buttons at the right time and being able to deflect and dodge attacks and all that shit. I love that. It's very Paper Mario, and the graphics were excellent. The story was fun. The characters were awesome. The music was so good. The music, oh my god. Music is my favorite part of this game, and that's saying something, because there's so many amazing parts to this game. But easily one of the best games of the year. It got tons of awards, and it was one of my favorite games of the year as well. 9.5 out of 10. I followed that up with Monster Train 2. Freaking awesome roguelike card deck building kind of game. So good. So easy to get into. Hard to master. Easy to get into. And a ton of fun. So much fun. I wanted to get back to it. I could probably easily get back into it. It's a very easy game to pick up. But, and there's so much to it. There's so many different decks to play with. You can combine the decks with two decks combined together, and you're working together, these different combinations. So fun. I highly recommend it for anyone that likes card deck building games. Monster Train 2 has got to be one of the best ones out there, I would say. Then I followed that up with Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3 and 4 remake. This is probably one of my most hyped up games of the year, and it was great. Wasn't as amazing as Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1 and 2 remake. I had a better time with that one, but I still loved Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3 and 4 remake. Soundtrack was really good. It didn't have all the songs, but it had the ones that counted, at least for me. And graphically good. Pretty much they did change things in Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 4. It's not the same. It plays similar to 1, 2, and 3, not the way that 4 played back in the day, which was very disappointing. I understand why they did it, but it was still disappointing to me, because I grew up on Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 4, so it lost some points there for me for sure, because it was more of a open world situation instead of the level based, you're on this map for 5 minutes, do as much as you can. Instead, it used to be like, just go out there and skate, bro. Have as much fun as you want. Now, granted, you can turn the timer up and all that shit, but whatever. It was still an excellent time. Then I got into Metaphor Refantasio. Great name. I loved saying it while I was in the month or so I was playing this game, just telling people, oh, hey, I'm playing Metaphor Refantasio. It's a fantastic little game right there. Now, personally, I didn't like it as much as I was hoping for. I was really hoping it would be like a Game of the Year contender, which it technically was. It did make my top 10, but I kind of put it in my top 10 just because it was made by Atlas. It was the Persona people. I wanted to like it a lot more. It didn't connect with me as much as a Persona game. Regardless, it was still a really good time. 8.5 out of 10. Then I got to NHL 26. Just another disappointing NHL game. They're still not good. It's an okay game. I didn't like how slow it felt. This one in particular, I tried to play it, be a pro, and the Be a Pro was changed ever so slightly, but not in a way that made it any more fun to play. It was just kind of tedious, honestly, and then the gameplay was slow and just didn't feel very good at all. So I don't know. I didn't like this iteration of NHL 26. I gave it a 6.5 out of 10. The GM mode is still fun. I still will play a GM mode, but I definitely don't get into them as much as like NBA 2K. They're just way better. There's way more options. You can do legacy drafts and shit like that, just way better. NHL, they don't have any of that stuff, which is very disappointing. Then we got into Hollow Knight Silksong. I did not finish that game because it was way too fucking hard. I already played 9 Souls, and that game already took a lot of piss out of me, so when I got to a wall in Hollow Knight, probably like the 5th wall that I hit, I was just like, you know what? I'm just not in the mood for this. I don't want to slam my head against the wall over and over and over and over again. And all the reviews that I heard would be, oh yeah, I spent 10 hours on this part. Oh, I spent 6 hours straight fighting this boss, and I still can't beat it. I'm like, you know what? I'm good. I'm good right there. I played enough of it, and I was like, oh yeah, this is a phenomenal game. Don't get me wrong. I didn't score it because there's so much more to get into. I don't have all the abilities. I didn't have any of that. I think I just got like the double jump and the parachute glide thing or whatever. And then I got lost. I got stuck, and then I just wasn't in the mood anymore. So I stopped playing it. I do plan on going back to it one day. I really don't know when, but I hope I can get back to Hollow Knight Silksong and finish it off. Then we have Battlefield 6. That was a big one. I put a lot of time into Battlefield 6. It's awesome. I got a review for it, so you can check that out. Ball X Pit was a pleasant little surprise. I finished that game off, and it was just really. I found myself kept going back to it, play another character, do another round with a different combination of characters, build up my little city. Very fun roguelike ball. What's that? Brick breaker type of game. You're throwing balls at enemies and getting all these different kind of balls, and you can combine the balls to make new abilities. And yeah, dude, you got a bunch of characters to play as. You can combine them, combine abilities, and then at the end you collect resources and you can build buildings, build a little town, and collect resources. Like, this game had a lot to it. Really enjoyed it. 8 out of 10. And if it wasn't for it being such a stacked indie year, there were so many amazing indie games, it was going to make the list, but it was just so stacked, it just missed out. Black Ops 7, mostly just played zombies, played a little bit of Prop Hunt. I actually really enjoy the zombies. I think it's quite fun, kind of back to its roots a little bit, where it's just kind of you, the map, and a box, and you're packing a punch, you're doing the thing. It was really fun. Prop Hunt is Prop Hunt. Love Prop Hunt. So fun, so stupid, but I love it. I gave it a 7 out of 10. Like, I probably go, I don't know, I haven't played the campaign, but I gave it a 7 out of 10 for now. Definitely not the best Call of Duty. Last year's was better. Just something felt off about this one ever since, like, it was announced. It just kind of felt like this one doesn't quite have it. Doesn't have that it factor, but regardless, 7 out of 10. Then did Outer Worlds. I enjoyed it. Outer Worlds 2, my apologies, but I have a review on that game as well. You can check that one out. I hit it with a 7.5 out of 10. I preferred Avowed, but it seems like I'm kind of on a ship by myself on that one. Seems like people prefer the Outer Worlds over Avowed, but I preferred Avowed personally. And we got Rocket League, replayed some Rocket League this year, started getting back into that with the homie Jesse and Luke. That was a lot of fun. I'm terrible at it. I've been away from that game for a very long time. Like, the year it came out was the year I played it. I don't even remember when that game came out, like fucking 2016 or something like that. I don't remember when it even came out. But it's still the same. It's just people are a lot better at the game now, and I'm just not. So that was fun. It's still fun. And then we finish off Xbox with Helldivers 2, which I still haven't scored yet. I am going to do a review probably next week on Helldivers, and we can score it then. I still want to put in a little bit more time with Helldivers before I give it a final score. And that's all the Xbox games. 18 total, 17 new games, 1 replay. And like I said, 65 total games this year. 57 of them new, 8 replays. No 10 out of 10s this year. Nothing got a 10 out of 10 out of me. The highest rated game was what is that? I can't even, Expedition 33, 9.5 out of 10. That's the highest rated game that I had this year. I'm not much of a 10s guy. I don't really give out 10s very often. But regardless, if you get an 8 or higher, that's a recommendation for me. Anything that's 8 or higher, I say if you sound interested in it, give it a shot, and you'll probably have a good time. And there we go, everybody. That is my 2025 gaming year in a wrap-up right there, y'all. So that was a lot of fun. I highly recommend you do it as well. Track the games that you play, give them a little score, and just have a little fun with it. Start tracking your games and all that, and do your own little wrap at the end of the year. It's a lot of fun. Statistics, numbers and stuff. It's a lot of fun. Anyway, thank you so much for listening. You guys are the best. You want to be even more of the best, make sure you're reviewing the podcast. Share it around with a few of your friends, maybe an enemy or two. Why not? And I upload all of these episodes to the YouTube channel GamerGX Videos. Follow the link down below, and that'll take you there. You can subscribe and do all that great stuff. Follow along. And like I said, I want to, as a resolution this year, I want to try and put up some more like shorts and stuff on my YouTube channel, kind of get, show off the cats and stuff like that, and see how that goes. We'll see where it goes. But regardless, next week should be Helldivers. If not, I'll probably do a list or something, but I think Helldivers is ready to go. Just want to put in a little bit more time with it, and we should be good. So there we go, everybody. Thank you again so much for listening. We'll be back again with some more GX Bluff Game.